All right, the discriminant is b squared minus 4ac. Anybody recognize where that comes from? Yeah, the quadratic formula, right? It's the part underneath the square root. So this actually tells us how many solutions there are, okay? So if you just do the discriminant, which is just b squared minus 4ac, this is going to tell you if there are 2 solutions, 1 solution, or no solutions. Okay, so we could either have 2, 1, or none. So if you think of this in terms of a parabola, how many times can a parabola cross the x-axis? Up to 2 times, okay? So you could have a parabola that looks like this. So how many solutions does that have? 2. You could have a parabola that just touches the x-axis. How many solutions does that have? 1. Or you could have a parabola that is above it and like goes up, so it never crosses the x-axis. So how many solutions does that one have? 0. Okay? So if you get a discriminant that is greater than 0, so you get a positive discriminant, and you should write this down, then you know that there are 2 solutions. Another word for solutions is x-intercepts, zeros, and roots. Okay, those words are interchangeable. X-intercepts, zeros, and roots. Okay, b squared minus 4az equals 0. So if you're doing the quadratic formula and you get 0 under the square root, that whole plus or minus part goes away, right? So you only get 1 solution. And then there's b squared minus 4ac is less than 0. So if we get a negative under the square root, like negative 10, okay, any negative number under the square root, what does that mean? Yeah, can you have negatives under the square root? Only if you get imaginary numbers, right? And then we get i's. So for this one, it would be no real solution. Okay, we actually get 2 complex conjugates, because that's when you get the I root 10, okay? But it never crosses the x-axis because there's no real solutions. There's only the complex solutions, which are the i's. All right? And I should probably add this in. This is 2 real solutions and 1 real solution, okay? So let's try it. We'll try one of each here. Use the discriminant to determine the type of solution for each of the following equations. Do not solve. So we actually don't have to find the solutions, which would be doing the quadratic formula or factoring or completing the square. We don't have to do any of that. We just have to say, are there 2 solutions, 1 solution, or no solutions? So all we have to do is b squared minus 4ac. But before we do b squared minus 4ac, what do we always do to any quadratic? Yeah, make it equal to 0. So the first thing I'm going to do is move the 3x to the other side, and move the 2 to the other side. So it becomes a plus 3x and a minus 2. Now we do b squared minus 4ac. Maybe. And we're back. Okay. So a is going to be 1. B is positive 3, C is negative 2. So we've got b squared, which is 3, minus 4 times 1 times negative 2. So we get 9 plus 8, which is 17. Okay? We don't really care exactly what that number is. We just care that it is positive. So if you get any positive number, what does that mean? Yep, 2 real solutions. Okay? So I will check your discriminant just to see what you got. And then you have to say two real solutions if it's any positive number. All right, let's try this one. Okay, same thing. First thing we have to do is set it equal to 0. So I'm going to add the 3x to the other side, or the 3x squared. And then I have a minus 4x. Then I'm going to add the 3 to the other side, so plus 3 equals 0. Then we're going to do b squared minus 4ac. So b is negative 4. Use parentheses when you plug it in, when you have a negative. Minus 4 times a, which is 3, times c, which is 3. So negative 4 squared is positive 16. And then I have 4 times 3 times 3. What's that? Okay, negative 36. So what's 16 minus 36? Negative 20. Okay? So anytime we get any negative number, what does that mean? Okay, no real solution. So this parabola will never cross the x-axis, but it does have two complex conjugates, which you do need to write down. Okay, two complex. All right, so we have two solutions. We have no solutions. What's this one probably going to be? 1. All right, so let's bring the 6x to the other side. And let's bring the 9 to the other side. B squared minus 4ac, so 6 squared minus 4 times a, which is 1, times c, which is 9. And we get 36 minus 36. So we get 0, which means one real solution. Okay? Don't be confused when you get 0. 0 means one real solution and it crosses one time. All right.